I'm Mike Mullin. I'm the author of the Ashfall trilogy. It's about a teen struggling to survive and find his family after the Yellowstone supervolcano erupts and plunges the world into this horrible natural disaster. I get most of my ideas for writing books from other people's books, and in this case I got the idea from reading Bill Bryson's A Short History of Nearly Everything. There are dozens of great ideas for novels in that book, but the one that struck me was the Yellowstone supervolcano. At that time, there were no other books set in the aftermath of a super eruption at Yellowstone, and I thought, I need to write that.
Pick up this book and you read the first couple chapters. You get the first 2 chapters for free on my websites, on all those bookmarks you got. And you think, it's not my kind of thing, I'm not into it. Put it aside. Get a different book.
The first thing I'd say to anyone who wants to be an author is you've got to read a lot. Reading is where we get our vocabulary, our story ideas, our character ideas. If you don't have time to read, you do not have time to write.
Usually I'm reading about a rate of 2 or 3 books a week, about 100 to 150 a year, right? And I've done that for 30 years.
I started out by reading all the books I could find about the subject. I also went out and drove every step of the route that Alex and Darla take through Iowa and northern Illinois. And so you'll see in my books a lot of local places depicted, I hope accurately to the best of my ability. I decided my main character should be a martial artist, so I enrolled in Taekwondo classes and learned Taekwondo, and over the course of the next 4 or 5 years I actually became a black belt myself. And then the last thing I did is I begged a couple geologists to read the manuscript of Ashfall and critique it. And I made dozens of changes based on their suggestions.
But Emily, aside from being way too nice for her own good, also has this super brain in here. And the way her super brain works is it sucks in words and ideas through her eyes while she's reading. They come in like this and go, and she has something like a Cuisinart up here in the top part of her brain that grinds up her words and ideas. It goes like this, it goes, and then she vomits out her own story too. Sorry about that.
You got to write a lot. If you aren't writing consistently, if you don't have a high output, you're never going to get better at it. Now, there's some research that suggests that on average we need something like 10,000 hours of practice to become good writers. So you think about that, that's 20 hours a week for 10 years of practice writing.
But even if we did all read the same book, even if we all read my book, Ashfall, and we all wrote something, every single person in this room would write something unique. And that is the miracle of reading and writing and hamburgers and mom.
I just love coming out and meeting readers. People who have reacted in some visceral way, have had some connection to my books, who have escaped. We think of childhood, sometimes we think of it as being this idyllic time. It really isn't. It's really tough on some of these kids. And all of us had difficult times in our childhood, even if mostly it was good. So I really like the idea. I'm proud of the fact that some kids have been able to escape for a few hours into the pages I wrote. I think that's what I'm trying to give to the world, really.